on, everyone? I have a little bit of an update on our Zenit Code Out SLR 106. Finally put the can on it. So we made several videos on this gun a little while back, really going into deep detail about all of the juicy stuff on this gun, the gunsmithing, the paint job, everything. Super happy with it. I'll link all those videos down below. One thing we left out in all of those videos was finally being able to mount a can on this. So this gun, for the first time ever, has a chemo mount. This is a JMAC RD2C chemo, allowing us to put our Sandman on there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I never shot this with a can in any of those videos because we didn't have a KNS piston in it yet. KNS Precision was cool enough to hook us up with a piston specifically for this gun, for this video, so props to those guys. Thank you. They've always been such a huge help to the channel, helping us out with parts when we need them to get builds done, film those parts, and show them all to you. They've just been super cool, as always. We took this thing to the range, and we already know that back when it had a standard piston, it was a phenomenal shooting gun. I mean, this thing shoots the balls off just about any other AK I have. In terms of just sheer speed, mag changes, and everything, it's awesome. But I always thought the recoil could have been a little bit better, just a tad bit better, and I always wanted to run a can. Now this gun literally can do everything from competition to defensive shooting. Now it can shoot at night, it can shoot suppressed. It has a way to mount just about any optic that's out there, has a dope ass trigger, and takes a ton of different mags. Now that we have proved that the AC Unity mags are highly reliable, affordable mags, very freaking excited. We went to the range and we shot this thing unsuppressed first, as you're gonna see here. And we definitely wanted to see what it feels like with the piston fully closed. Not that you're gonna run into a problem, but something you should always do if you do end up putting a KNS piston in your AK, go out, shoot it unsuppressed, fully closed, make sure you're not having short strokes, make sure the gun is shooting close to how it did before. I will tell you, it's not going to shoot exactly like it did before, even with the piston fully closed. You have physically altered your carrier, you physically altered the weight of your piston. It's not going to be the exact same weight as the piston that you pull out of the gun. So it's going to shoot most likely a tad bit softer than it did before, even fully closed. So just prepare yourself for that. Okay, this is the gas piston all the way closed, just to see if we still have reliable function. They're flying maybe 10 feet away. That's actually pretty close to where it needs to be. Let's open it up just a little bit, maybe 5 clicks, and see what we see unsuppressed. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just go 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't even see a hole exposed. That's what she said. 10 clicks. Maybe 8 feet away. Whoa. Okay, now we get to the point where I possibly overrun the trigger when I start turning gas down like this. Here we go, let's try it. That sounded like full auto. We're calling that good. 10 clicks unsuppressed is a very dope setting. Let's put a can on there and see where that sets. That was very nice. Kind of blown away at how soft this thing can shoot now with the piston in it, with hardly any tuning whatsoever. I think we ended up just doing like 10 clicks unsuppressed, which was pretty dope. So now we're gonna put the can on there, and what we're gonna do is, typically with a KNS piston, you wanna kind of start fully open. Like the good rule of thumb is you start fully open, it's not gonna run, it's gonna short stroke, and you start closing it 5 to 10 clicks at a time until it starts to run reliable, and then you'll find that sweet spot. And I would urge you to shoot it as fast as you can with a full mag once you think you found that sweet spot, just to make sure you don't overrun the trigger. The carrier is moving slower, and what can happen is if you get that, you know, full semi-auto trigger finger going on, you can overrun it a little bit and you'll have hammer follow and it'll just cause stoppages. So when you think you're close, go full mag, check your tuning, and if you need to, close it up a little bit, add a bit more gas. All right, for the first time ever, Sharknado, aka Thanos, aka the gun that still has not been named, has never been suppressed. Get this good and tight. Ooh, yeah. Never had a can on this bad Johnny. Dope. Okay, still 10 clicks open from unsuppressed. Let's go ahead and see what that feels like, and then we'll start turning it down. Remember, a little tip, anytime you're tuning a KNS piston on your AK, suppressed or unsuppressed, always try to use a mag that's topped off, or not at least almost, try to have a full mag. The reason is all that spring pressure on the bottom of your carrier, now that you're removing gas, the carrier's starting to move a little slower with less power. With all that extra spring pressure, you might run into the problem where you tune this thing with like a 10-round mag, and then you go to shoot a match or you go out the next day, and you're going short strokes on a full mag because it has more spring pressure. Remember that. Don't make the same mistakes I've made at a competition. Ask me how I know. Okay. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. I've never been able to suppress this gun. Okay. Here we go. 10 clicks. Feels really, really good. About 12 feet away. 12 feet away. Let's do a double tap. Triple tap. Whoa, 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 wow. We're going to try 5 clicks, and that's probably all this gun is going to need. That is unbelievably soft shooting. Holy piss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 clicks total. You have like 80, so we're barely using any of it. Wow. About 10 feet away. Wow. It's getting really close to the point where the dot is jumping less and less as we turn the gas down. Short stroke, see? So that means new round went in, but we didn't reset the trigger. Try that one more time. We may have to leave it here on this setting. Yeah, getting into short stroke territory. So I think what we'll do is we'll split the difference. It ran really good at 10, actually, which it ran great unsuppressed. I think we'll try like 12 clicks, which is a good medium between 10 and 15, just to keep the reliability, and we'll try that. But it felt really good on 10 as well. It is very hard to express to you how good AKs feel with tuned gas and a suppressor. Does not feel like an AR-15 at all. Has like a slower, chunkier, less snappy feel to it. Very mild. Did we go empty? Yes. Okay. Bolt doesn't like to hold on these, but who cares? 12 clicks seems to be the happy spot, and it's pretty dope that it runs unsuppressed at 10, which means at a competition, I think we're going to have even less recoil now, if you can believe that. Freaking awesome, man. All right. Sick. So I am pretty happy to say that, honestly, suppressed and unsuppressed, the settings are just like a few clicks apart, so that's going to be super easy to remember. We can leave this thing at 10 clicks unsuppressed, and honestly, probably we could leave it at 10, but I would bump it up to 12 or 13 with the can on there because we are adding a ton of back pressure, but I didn't feel a huge difference, which was extremely odd. Usually, there's like a 10 to 15 on the low side. There's a 10 to 15 setting difference between suppressed and unsuppressed. This one has like single digits. And sometimes it can be like 20, 30 clicks between suppressed and unsuppressed. So kind of a different animal. Super happy with it. This gun was always meant to have a can on it, and I'm glad that it finally does. It runs so freaking good. It's pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. That's it, just a quick update. I just wanted to show you how this unbelievable package is running. Now that it's reached its full potential, it's basically complete. I don't know what else we could do to this thing other than just shoot the balls off of it, take it to more matches. This would be a great gun to sign up for a class. If I ever do another defensive carbine class, I'll probably use this gun. I'm gonna hate it after a while because this is just a big weight hanging off the end, but it would be cool to run this thing suppressed at a carbine class. That would be pretty dope. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Stay tuned. We may do another update on this eventually, but man, suppress those AKs, guys. Put a KNS piston in there. They just feel better than suppressed AR-15s, I'm telling you. When you get that gas setting just right, it's just a slower, gentler ka-chugga, like a push. It's not really like a snap, like a snappy recoil feeling like you get with an AR. It's a slow push, it's not a quick snap. Probably the best way to describe it. AKs feel super cool with that can hanging off the end. All right, that's all I got for you guys. If you do want to support the channel, go buy Third Pin Threads. We got some cool stuff on there. We have some cool stuff that if it hasn't popped up now, it's going to soon. I've already seen the art renderings. I can't freaking wait. I'm so excited. All right, we'll see you guys next time.